Welcome back, guys. So today we would like to talk about the family class immigration application. So family class is one of the three biggest immigration programs that Canada is working on or has been working on. So first, economic class, second, refugee class, and third, the family class. And Canada always emphasizes family reunification is one of the biggest thing that the immigration law is pursuing. So today, Craig will give us some informative information about the family class and answer some of the questions that we frequently get.
So family sponsorship. The first thing to talk about is what is a family member? Who can you sponsor? So typically it's immediate family. That includes spouse or partner, a romantic partner, parents, and dependent children.
Okay.
And there's even more definitions that come with each type of person. For example, it's biological parents, not in-laws. What is a dependent child? That's someone who's under 22, but there are exceptions to that. And also for partners, it's important to clarify what constitutes a partner who you can sponsor. So today I think it might be good to talk about partner sponsorship specifically, go into a bit of detail about that, because that seems to be one of the most common types of applications, and we can talk about who you can or can't sponsor as a partner.
Can you tell us how the legislation defines spousal or common law partner?
Sure, yeah. So a spouse is someone you are legally married to, and the marriage does have to be recognized in Canada, but generally speaking, if it's recognized in the country that the person is married in, it should also be recognized in Canada. But again, there's exceptions and exemptions here and there, but generally speaking, if it's a legal marriage in their home country, it's also a legal marriage in Canada. Common law partner. So what is a common law partner? For immigration purposes, a common law partner is a conjugal or romantic partner that you have lived with for at least one continuous year. It doesn't have to be the most recent year before applying for sponsorship, but it has to be at least 1 year as romantic partners. One thing that can come up is if there's been a break in living together, for example, a month or 2 months, that would break the 1 year of living together.
In general, who cannot sponsor?
So who cannot sponsor? The person who's sponsoring must be a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident.
Mm-hmm.
If they're a permanent resident, they have to be living in Canada to be able to sponsor.
Okay.
They can't be accepting certain social assistance or be in debt, depending on the situation. If they have a history of domestic abuse or violence, that would make them ineligible. But the main criteria are they must be a citizen or PR, and if a PR, they must be living in Canada to be able to sponsor.
Okay. There is two questions that we get most, especially for people that are kind of researching for family sponsorship. One, it's about finances. If they have to prove some minimum income to sponsor. And the second one, it's like the medical threshold. So they sponsored, it's going to pass through a medical exam. So what could make them ineligible to be sponsored?
So what could be ineligible to be sponsored? For medical reasons, there's generally 3 reasons someone could be ineligible. One of those reasons doesn't apply to sponsorship, which is the high cost. But the 2 reasons they could be ineligible due to medical reasons, one would be being in danger to public safety, or having something like a communicable or contagious disease.
High contagious disease.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about the finances?
So for finances, there are situations where the sponsor does need to show they have a certain amount of money, but it's not in every case. So generally speaking, they need to show they have a financial plan to support the person they're sponsoring, but there is no specific dollar amount. So, for example, they can say they're employed, have a full-time regular job. They can show their bank statements showing that they have a certain amount of money, but there is no specific dollar amount.
Okay.
Greg, how about the conjugal partners? Like, people frequently ask us, oh, we're not married, but we don't live together either. But we're in this very serious relationship for years. And I see IRCC website shows conjugal partners. Like, can I qualify as a conjugal partner and be sponsored for my PR?
That's an excellent question, and that question does come up frequently. So it goes back to like what I mentioned before about fiancés. Like, there is no fiancé visa. It's either common law or marriage. Conjugal relationships are romantic relationships that don't that are not common law and not marriages. But to be eligible under conjugal sponsorship, it has to be a very specific situation where the couples cannot be together for a reason out of their control. And it's a bit of an extreme example,
like
but
act of God or
it's
force.
Exactly. So I can give a few examples. These are a bit extreme, but you can get an idea. One would be a civil war, a nationwide immigration ban, so that the person cannot leave the country, or a country where there's a same-sex relationship, but the country of origin, it's illegal or could result in the death penalty to have that kind of relationship. Simply not being common law and not married, but just dating would result in a refusal, certainly.
So it seems that spousal sponsorship, every application is different. So for every application, we have to assess the case, and from that assessment, we're going to figure out which documents we can prove or not, and we can show that it's something to think about once you're going to apply for spousal sponsorship. And you have mentioned the same-sex sponsorship. It is totally legal to sponsor your partner here in Canada, so there is no discrimination at all. It's good to highlight that.
Yeah, exactly. Same-sex marriage has been legal in Canada for many years now. It's treated exactly like a heterosexual relationship, and there's no difference in processing. Okay. The only difference could be from the applicant's home country, where if it's something that's sort of kept secret or even illegal, maybe it's difficult to find supporting documents if they've spent time in that country. But every case is different, so we have to work with the kinds of documents we have.
Okay. I have one more question for you, Craig. I had a client that met a partner online, so there is enough proof that they've been like texting, exchanging emails, messages, maybe even possible support of finance from Canadian partner. And they're actually married, but the marriage was actually done online without those partners being present. But this type of marriage is legal in the person who's getting sponsored in that country. So could the Canadian spouse or Canadian partner sponsor the partner?
No.
Why not?
So,
it's a genuine marriage.
That is a good question. So I had mentioned before that generally, if the marriage is recognized in another country, it can be recognized in Canada. However, marriages by proxy, which is when you're not married physically present, are not recognized in Canada. So one requirement is that the couple need to be married in person together to have the marriage recognized in Canada.
I see. So then, obviously, it's going to put difficulties on the couples. But now they know, if their marriage was just done strictly online, they will not be qualified to sponsor their partner.
Yeah, but it also can be a difficult situation because there are exceptions and special cases here and there all over the world with regards to sponsorship in Canada.
Yeah, we have.
So I shouldn't have said definitely no,
Yeah.
but generally speaking.
I understand, because we have a legal provision that just takes care of those cases, and it states, it's very clear that by telephone, by online,
Zoom,
or
Skype,
proxy,
yeah.
they don't accept this kind of marriage as a proof,
Yeah.
which doesn't mean that they cannot prove they are a couple in other ways. So it's kind of open, that we have to assess the entire situation to see. Because sometimes, okay, you cannot sponsor as a spouse because this kind of marriage, it's not going to be recognizable. But maybe as a common law, depending of the situation,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. Thank you, Craig, for the valuable information, and I hope this video can help our viewers to determine whether they have an eligible case. And obviously, if you guys have other questions or inquiries about your own case, you guys can always send us an email, and then we can help you. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you have any questions, just send us an email in this address here, and we're gonna assist you.